One of the questions that I get asked all the time, almost on a daily basis, is that, Eddie, what do I feed my kids? That always bothers me, because why do you think that you need to eat something different from what your children are eating? We haven't evolved that much in the last 100 years. The body is still the same. It doesn't make any sense when someone says your children should be eating differently. The reason why we've got this confusion is because we've been brainwashed to think that children have to eat cereal in the mornings. They have to eat all this sugary stuff that's got clever packaging and stuff like that on them. That was all done for profit. It's pure nonsense. And it's one of the most dangerous things that has ever happened to this world, because you have children as young as 6, 7, 8 with obesity. Some of them have got fatty liver disease, type 2 diabetes at that age. And that's not fair. That's really wrong. And people always ask me, Eddie, what should I feed my kids? Because my kids are fussy. And I always say to them, well, you're in charge. It's your house. You're the one supposed to educate your children about what to eat, because your doctor is not going to do it for you. Your doctor is not taught. I was a nurse. I was not taught how to feed people properly. I was taught to look after people's needs, symptoms when they develop them from whatever the cause. Nobody addressed the cause of the actual problem. When my children were young, one thing I always made sure they did was have at least one egg a day. Now we are in a world where everything is ultra processed. We've got companies trying to make money. So they're making all these products and they're telling us, oh, they're good for us. But it's not. I believe that to have optimum health, you should eat food that grew in the ground, or food from an animal that ate the food that came from the ground. That's real food. But unfortunately, we got too many products. Now, when I hear what should I feed my children, Eddie, I always give a list of what I eat and what I advise my clients to eat. When the child gets up in the morning, make them some scrambled eggs with cheese. You don't have to have bread with it. Scrambled eggs with cheese, and watch their energy change, because the fat in the cheese and the fat in the eggs will sustain them for a lot longer. It will make them even concentrate better at school. I'm not saying take all your carbs out, the carbs out for your children. I'm saying that first thing in the morning, that's not what they need. For the lunch box, you can have a sweet potato or something like that with the protein that they have. But for the first meal, please don't jump on the sugar, because this is how the body works. When you get up in the morning, I wear a glucose monitor like I'm wearing now. When I get up in the morning, my blood sugar is high, because your liver and your hormones push glucose out into your blood for you to use. But instead of using that energy, we don't do that. We put more food in. And the food that we put in are usually foods that cause an insulin spike, and that interferes so much. In fact, your ability to concentrate, your ability to focus, all of it comes from, and then your ability to make the right choices when it comes to food. So when you give a child cereal for breakfast, they go to school, they struggle to concentrate. You find that they get tired a lot quicker, and they have no energy, they get hungry, and they start craving stuff, buying sweets and all of that. You can stop all that first thing in the morning. Give them some eggs and some either cheese, bacon, or even avocado if they'll eat it. No carbs. And then lunchtime, make them pack lunch, because school lunches are not desirable. I wouldn't feed that to my children. You got chicken, you got lamb, you got fish, you got steak, and with that, add some sweet potato or some wild rice. Could even use normal rice, it wouldn't hurt them. I mean, when they go to school, friends may tease them, but eventually the friends will get used to it, because foods like that will give you energy. When you eat all these ultra processed foods, all these cereals, you get up, have cereal, that's not good for you, because as soon as you eat the cereal, your insulin level goes up and your body goes into fast storing mode. And that's why these kids get tired, struggle to concentrate at school. So my advice is this. There are certain foods that I'm going to name, ask your child, and find a way of combining some of these ingredients to make food for your children. Now you got eggs, you got avocados, you got cheese, you got chicken. If you're buying chicken, make sure you got the skin on. The skin is good, because you want the animal fat as well. For carbohydrates, you can use sweet potatoes, you can use normal potatoes. Use the tubers. When you say tubers, they're all good. Wild rice. Now remember, you got nuts. I know at school you cannot take nuts at school because a lot of children have got nut allergy, but you can have nuts in the morning before you go to school. Remember, fish is also good. And then remember the vegetables as well. The cruciferous vegetables are good. If your child will eat olives, teach them how to eat olives. And then berries. You got the strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. They're all there. You can eat them. And then Greek yogurt is also good. But the other thing that I see mistakes a lot of parents make and not realize, when my children were young, they'll have their friends who come in, for a party, whatever, and they say, "What have you got to drink?" And I say to them, "I've got some water there." No, one of the child said to me, "No, we don't drink water in my house." I'm like, "Well, what do you mean you don't drink water in my house? Can you get me some juice?" We don't have any juice. Feed your children with water. Make them drink water. Water is what we're supposed to drink as human beings, not all this colorful stuff that you get. Somebody says, "Oh, I don't like the water, so I'm going to put a little squash in it." That's nonsense. That's not food. All those things are chemical concoctions. Somebody's made. Nobody wants water because it's bland. Imagine our ancestors saying, "We can't drink water, we're going to drink something else because it's bland." All I'm saying is that you can feed your children properly. When you do that, you get the most out of your child. Don't underestimate the importance of gut health. One of my kids, every time they had sugar at school, I could tell by their behavior. Even the shape of their face would change, because when they have too much sugar, you can actually tell. When you make a change to their diets, you're actually empowering them. You're looking after their future health. Don't underestimate the importance of real food, and don't underestimate the ill effects of bad ultra-processed foods, because that's what we got in our supermarkets. Everywhere you go to the supermarket, all of them are colorful, and you want to try and avoid them because that's not what your child needs. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and then subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow so we can provide more content for you. And thank you for watching.